Let's briefly talk about Let It Sleep, the new single from Asking Alexandria. Their new album, The Black, is coming out later on this month. It's pretty close by. Typically in this situation, I tend to just wait, but I missed the last song, or perhaps even the last two. So, what is it about Asking Alexandria or bands like them with the Black thing? I guess I'm just not a big, advocate for that. It seems kind of like an overdone trope at this idea, but let's listen to this track. The intro to this song actually is a pretty powerful riff. It's one that actually has a lot of heaviness behind it, a lot of dynamic heaviness. It's almost like a bit of a thrash riff that's been modified to really suit more of that like metal / deathcore variety. And you're going to hear a lot of the deathcore aspect of this band on this song, considering there are two two places on this song where it feels like there's a bit of a breakdown taking place, and especially near the latter portion of this track, where it is extremely direct. It is blatant, where things slow down almost to a bitter crawl, and we just hear the typical breakdown trope of the growling singular word vocal that just comes by one word at a time. And again, it's something where the trope is just simply aging out a little bit at this stage. But with that being said, that's just a simple commentary. The actual first portion of this song, in fact, the aggressive side of Let It Sleep, is actually quite well constructed, and done so because this is a band that embraces that heavier side with these moments, and that's where there's a real strength. And really, by a lesser extent, the clean vocals that are present on this disc are fairly sufficient. They're rather par for the course. It's not something that is all of that exemplary or anything like that. Again, it's kind of going with the idea of the trope is just present. It is something that is there. And at this point, if you've heard this idea once, then you've probably heard it at least 10 or 20 other times. What really separates this a little bit is, and I don't get why a lot of modern bands like to do those jump cuts with vocal lines, where they try to splice it up a little bit in order to give it sort of that tattered or decaying effect, but this is present on Let It Sleep as well, and I don't really get what this is supposed to represent. I don't think it's necessary. Again, just a commentary. It's mainly just an editing trick, but it's something that sort of takes something away from everything. It doesn't actually add, at least in my modern view, anything to a vocal line. If anything, you should be extremely proud of your bellowing, proud of your vocals. It just makes it seem like there's a little bit more wizardry going on behind the scenes than perhaps is actually true. It sort of grants that notion, even if it is incorrect. Overall, Let It Sleep is a track that embraces that heavy side of Asking Alexandria a little bit. It does their duality fairly well. Their new singer is really making a little bit of wave with this song, and really with the singles that preceded The Black, which is coming later this month. Overall, just kind of alright. But I want to know what you guys think about Let It Sleep from Asking Alexandria. There is a link actually to the music video, which is, well, let's just say that we could start a drinking game to bands like this, especially with lyricism. If they want to leave this place, you have to take a drink. If they're not satisfied with their life, you have to take a drink. If they talk about the fact that nothing can save them, you have to take a shot. And if they say that, if there's a trope in there about how you need to fight until your last breath, then shoot yourself, something of that variety. What do you guys think about Let It Sleep? Let me know in the comments below. I will talk to all of you later. Peace.